Good evening. The fourth round of the Emirates FA Cup had upsets galore yesterday. So could today's 4 cup ties deliver yet more drama? Joining me tonight, 2 men who've played in a fair few FA Cup ties between them, Trevor Sinclair and Mark Lawrenson. Loving the jacket, Trevor.
Thank you, sir.
First up, the lowest ranked side left in the competition, Sutton United, who are hoping to join fellow National League side Lincoln City through to the last 16. Standing in their way, Championship high flies Leeds United at a rain-swept Gander Green Lane. Here's Steve Wilson.
Never since the FA Cup settled on its current format in 1925 have 2 non-league sides reached the last 16 in the same season. Lincoln City are there. Can Sutton United join them today? Sutton won an FA Trophy replay against Worthing in extra time on Wednesday in front of 400. There are more than 10 times that here this afternoon. Nicky Bailey, who once cost Middlesbrough the thick end of £1.5 million, has passed a fitness test and anchors their midfield. Alongside him in the middle, Craig Eastman, once a player for Arsenal in the Champions League. Experienced goalscorer Matt Tubbs is on the bench. There are 2 debuts for Leeds. Billy Whitehouse, who's been on loan at Guiseley in the National League this season, and Paul Mackay, both are 20. Both were signed to Leeds Academy from Doncaster Rovers. Only 2 of this 11 started their Championship midweek win over Nottingham Forest. Very bad conditions here at Gander Green Lane, as you can see, difficult for players and everybody. As Sutton United launch it forward here, Biamu, and Deacon might be in here, and Sutton are in front! Unbelievable start, Rory Deacon. The flag is up. Well, the celebrations go on, but the flag is up and it's not going to count. Deacon knows it now. That is so tight. It's a really good finish. It's been an uncomfortable start to the game for Leeds. Mackay crowded out of it. Oh, it's a good save. It's a really good save. Deacon hit that really well. Silvestri up to his left-hand side with a super stop here. Look how well hit that is from Deacon. Might have been rising over the bar. Marco Silvestri wasn't sure and wasn't about to take a chance. Well, he'll be frustrated, Paul Doswell, no doubt, because his team have been much the more dangerous. Antonson quickly dispossessed. Denton again. That's good play once more. Is that a foul? The card is coming out here. It was not a huge surprise to see. Liam Cooper knew he was in bother here. On the right there, Dave Roffey, goalkeeper when Sutton United played Leeds United in 1970. And on the left, his son Trevor Roffey, goalkeeper when Sutton United played Coventry City in 1989. It's a really poor clearance by Silvestri that has played them into bother again. Deacon inside, blocked, might come to Gomez. Silvestri with a save. Well, he saved it in the end, Silvestri. It was his poor clearance which started it. And a slice of luck for Leeds United again. That's a good ball. Great first touch. Oh. Good save by Warner too. There's a lovely ball. Dallas, first touch is brilliant. It's a good save. Coyle again, that was nicely worked, and he's nicked it away from his man, Louis Coyle. He get in some sort of cross here. Well, it was only some sort of cross, really. The ball is just about still in play for Dallas. Dukara. Denton, Dallas, nicely worked, deflected. Wasn't far wide at all. Well chased by Dallas first to keep the cross in. The shot just deflected round the post off Simon Downer. Given away Pauly. Might be in here. Deacon, good save again. Silvestri, really good stop to deny Deacon. And that's not too far wide on the follow-up either. But Deacon's shot really well hit. Silvestri's goal still intact. But again, Sutton United asking all the questions. This is by far Sutton United's best display in the fourth round of the FA Cup. Two previous games against Leeds and Norwich finished 6-0 and 8-0, not in Sutton's favour. Nicky Bailey now for Sutton. Goalkeeper has come and he hasn't got there, and Sutton claim a penalty, and they claim a penalty again, and they get it the second time. Stuart Atwell says yes. Bailey's ball over the top, the goalkeeper came Silvestri, Viamu got a foot in, but then the penalty surely is for the follow-up as Coyle catches Deacon. Jamie Collins, the captain of National League Sutton, can he put them in front? A lead they would certainly deserve. 1-0, brilliantly dispatched by the skipper, and the celebrations begin at Gander Green Lane again. 1989 all over again. Then it was Coventry, now it's Leeds. Are Sutton United making history here by going further in this competition than they have ever been before? The captain took responsibility and sent the keeper the wrong way with a great penalty. There's a long way to go, but Sutton are where they deserve to be, and that is in front. Third in the Championship, Leeds playing against Sutton United of the National League, and they barely laid a glove on them. Whitehouse got two to try and beat here, no foul. Few aghast faces here. Do you know what? Second look at that. The foot flashed out and made contact. Well, that's short May. The Leeds all over the place, and May nearly taking advantage. Just as well Silvestri was alive, because not too many others were in Leeds colours. Tales of 1989 probably have been told many, many occasions to those youngsters. They will pass on the story of 2017 to their own kids, no doubt. Sacco. Grimes. Well, he's making the goalkeeper make a save, and he's not had much to do, Ross Warner, in the Sutton United goal. It's on target, but in truth you can't say much more for it than that. Spence with the throw. Oh, Eastman tripped, and Liam Cooper's in trouble here. Second yellow, and Leeds are a goal down and a man down. One skipper scores, the other sent off. Leeds United are heading out of the FA Cup here. Sutton's free kick. Bent in towards the goal, it could have been a second. The flag goes up in the end, Gomes couldn't put it in. Well, as this free kick comes in, look at the opportunity Jamie Collins has to make it two. Silvestri managed to force it away. Surely the next whistle will signal FA Cup history. Sutton fans impatient, they are ready to rock. Just waiting for Stuart Atwell, and there it is! They've done it again! Sutton United are into the fifth round, the last 16 of the FA Cup, further than they have ever been, eclipsing even 1989. It is a thoroughly deserved victory, and for the first time in its modern format, the FA Cup will have two non-league sides in the last 16.
How would you sum up your emotions tonight?
Actually calmer than the Wimbledon game, when you saw me sprint up the line 2 or 3 times and I knocked myself out of breath. A lot of trust in the team today, and I knew after 5 or 10 minutes of watching it that we were in with the right chance, because the lads started the game well, which was important. They all had their jobs to do, but it's a team that you can trust, and so pleased for my skipper as well, Jamie Collins, to get that winning goal.
I think as soon as we scored, I think we knew we'd won. They never really caused us any problems during the game. I think they had one real shot on target. We was a little bit disappointed at half-time we hadn't scored, but we won 1-0, and that's all that really matters.
I take responsibility for this performance today. I'm the one that selected the team. I'm the one that made a lot of changes. It didn't work out for us. So maybe it was the wrong decision in that sense. So no, it's my responsibility today. I take that fully for the performance that we got.
You've got to be wanting a home draw. It's not, I don't want Man United away or Liverpool away or they're out. But Chelsea, if we could get a home draw, I think it would be an amazing, another amazing day here. Everyone keeps telling me we were due to play Lincoln on Saturday the 18th. Well, Lincoln, that got called off last night because Lincoln got through. We've got through today. You can almost guarantee that we're going to draw Lincoln on the 18th, as we should have played them, and you'll get a non-league team in the quarter-final. Now, that won't ever happen again.
Paul Doswell, and didn't he just? Incredible day for them and Sutton United. And a bit of history, first time ever that two non-league sides have reached the 5th round of the FA Cup since the Football League was founded. And they thoroughly deserve that, didn't they, today,
there is absolutely no argument at all. They were outstanding, could arguably won more comfortably. I quite like what Gary Monk said. It was down to me as far as Leeds were concerned, and the difference being that Leeds didn't do three things. They didn't cope with their own changes, of which there were 10. They certainly didn't cope with the football pitch and didn't really cope with the opposition at all. And in the end, they were just they had no idea how to play on that pitch. And I think they've got a 3G at the training ground.
Yeah, the training facility.
Didn't look like they'd been on it.
No. As for Rory Deacon, though, I mean, we knew all about him, didn't we, in the previous rounds? He scored in every round so far. He tormented Leeds, particularly in that first half.
He did, and he was just full of running. You know, he had no fear. He was making runs in behind. And literally, the Leeds back four did not know how to deal with him, and he had lots of success. Could have scored more than the goal that the penalty that he got, and he could have scored a few goals. Here we see him just offside. It looked about level to me when we see the replay. Finished it really well on his left-hand side, but again, looking to get in behind. I think he was full of creativity. You know, he was really, really eager to run behind. And if you ask any defender, that's exactly what they don't want you to do, running behind. Here on his right-hand side, fierce shot, again, working the goalkeeper, good quality. I like this little clip here. You can see him, he's already checked his shoulder, lets the ball run across his body. First time shot, really, really vicious shot. And he was like that all afternoon, and absolutely stunning performance from Sutton. And people are going to go on about the pitch. For me, it's not the pitch, it's the quality and the experience from this Sutton United team. See him there winning the foul. They were just too much for Leeds United to handle.
But there's nothing wrong with the pitch. They just knew how to play on it.
Yeah.
And if you watched, they had a minimum amount of passes.
Yeah.
Talking of the penalty incident, because Rory Deacon obviously played a part in that, how much of this was a combination of the 3G pitch, Loro, and the inexperienced backline for Leeds?
I think it's... I blame the goalkeeper if we're going to apportion blame.
Because there was a communication issue here.
Well, I don't know about the communication. When you see the ball get played through, first of all, what's he doing when he sees an on-rushing player? What's he doing coming to the corner of his penalty area?
Yeah.
And the next thing you see, look, I think Coyle's leaving it because Silvestri's saying, you know, I'll take it, whatever. And then they've sort of got away with it there. And then, of course, Coyle's ended up tripping up your man. So, I mean, it's a top well-taken penalty. But the goalkeeper's no reason to come. You're actually, the guy's running into the corner of the penalty area. And you might argue he's running away from the goal. So, I'm sorry, but they cause your own downfall.
Brilliant story as well. Jamie Collins has been asking his boss if he can have his day off work tomorrow because he's obviously going to celebrate, and he's a builder, bricklayer, so hopefully he gets that day off, because I won't like my wall being built off him tomorrow anyway.
He probably thinks you're a window cleaner with that.
Look, as for Leeds United, clearly it was a day to forget. 10 changes made by Gary Monk.
Yeah.
Look, listen, of course, they're eyeing promotion to the Premier League. We've seen something similar with Brighton and Newcastle. 10 changes, how much of that contributed to what was an off day?
This team will have never started together, Manish, and that's hard enough. And also, there were quite a few young players playing. And I get this thing about, give young players experience, but the young players are better when they come into the team where there's already experience.
Two and three of them.
Yeah, and
so there's a blend,
there's guys to help them through it. So chuck in the factor of the pitch as well, and it just didn't work. You can see Leeds, actually, they were guilty of trying to play too much football. It's all nice, and Sutton just know, and Sutton are just right. They'll keep them at arm's length, keep them away from the penalty area. They're not really going to hurt us. And while Leeds will feel, and they had lots of possession, they really seriously didn't do anything with it. I mean, this is, 25 yards at best, and that really was the story of their performance. Listen, we hope they go on and get performance, but it was a day to forget for them.
Yeah.
I just feel it's good that Gary Monk come out and took responsibility, you know, instead of blaming the kids. So.
OK, now, after leading the line from Millwall in the 2004 FA Cup final, Neil Harris now had the chance to manage the League One side through to the 5th round. Their opponents were Premier League Watford, who could do with a morale-boosting win. Your commentators are Jonathan Pearce and Jermaine Genius.
It's Sunday lunch feeding time in the Lions' Den, and Premier League egos are very much on the menu. Watford will have to be up for this, or they will be going out of the cup here today. Let's have a look at the lineup. Sydney, Millwall goal former Tottenham youngster Jordan Archer. That one change from the third round win over Bournemouth. Jake Cooper on open running replaces Sean Hutchinson, who's injured. In midfield, Onyedinma, Thompson and O'Brien are all Millwall U-team products. Up front, Lee Gregory and Steve Morrison, they have bags of goal scoring experience, 24 between them this season. Watford 7 changes from the league draw at Bournemouth. Constel Tillemon has been their regular cup keeper, but Mariappa makes his first appearance of the second spell at the club in a back 3, with Judge JJ in his full debut and 19-year-old Brandon Mason coming in at wing-back. Ben Watson, cup-winning goal scorer in 2013 for Wigan, gets his first start since August. Gajura comes straight back in from the African Cup of Nations, and up front, Okaka stays in, and Jerome Sinclair replaces Troy Deeney. Both these teams have been to FA Cup finals in recent memory. Can they reach the 5th round here today? All in the blue and white stripes to your right hand end, the cold blow lane end of the ground. And immediately looking for Steve Morrison and into Gregory. Oh, to start, that would have been... It would have been quite sensational.
You're absolutely right, Jonathan. Would have been absolutely sensational. All it came from was one long ball. Caught Watford out, makes decent contact. You can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to guide it into that far corner, but just gets a little bit too much height on it.
Watson and Mason. Martin Atkinson's pulled it back for the challenge on Watson. The Bull is up from the back for this. Okaka's in there. So injury here, he picks up his injuries according to his manager because he's trying too hard to settle too quickly into the English game. It's aimed in towards him, he got the slightest of touches on it. Just edged away for a corner.
It's all about delivery, this. Lovely flight on the ball from Guadiera, it's got good pace on it. Hits that far post, wow.
Here's a Kabul. Talking of injuries, he's played less than 300 games as a first-team pro in 13 years. Not enough, but this is Watford on the attack now. Going to come for the youngster here, Sinclair. Whoa! Nothing doing, says the referee this time, and that is a more contentious one.
Well, yeah, you can see it as Sinclair goes to kick it. I think it's... Oh, no, he kicks the floor. Using that incident as a player when you go to pull your leg back. Sometimes players can try and stop you from striking the ball, but in this situation, Martin Atkinson calls it right on the money. No connection there from Williams by the look of it. He just strikes the floor, Sinclair, and hits the deck.
Oh, they're in a right pickle at the other end though. The goalkeeper and the defender, and they've just got away with it. Goodness me. Always going to be an intense cup tie, and in a cup tie of intensity, you can't muck around with it.
It's brilliant from Gregory. It's exactly what you want from your centre forward. Getting stuck in with the goalkeeper, it's a fantastic tackle. I think they were complaining, Millwall, saying that was a back pass from Mariappa.
Calling for the stretcher. Aurelio Gomez will come on. He was centre forward until he was 17. He played in a beach tournament, they needed a goalkeeper, he went in goal. He stayed there ever since. Craig. Morrison, Gregory! And that is exactly what Aurelio Gomez can do, a fine shot stopper.
Well, for a keeper that's just come off the bench, this is a fantastic save.
Cummings. Here's Onyedinma. Back to Cummings. Good cross in. It'll come out to Gregory. Ooh, and he should have at least hit the target. He claims a corner kick. Millwall go to the referee. The ball was bouncing up awkwardly. Couldn't keep it down.
I think he gets his technique all wrong here, Gregory. He's just got to get his laces through this, keep it low. He's trying to lift it and just skies it over the box. He's claiming that there's a touch on the ball.
Better now from Watford. Here's Jerome Sinclair. He's worked hard. seen off there by Cooper. Play on. It's a decent crossing now as Okaka being pulled back in there. Did Webster have hold of it?
I think it's a tough one for Martin Atkinson to give. I don't know whether it's clear enough. There's definite contact there, but there always is in the box.
Oh, that's a cruncher. That's a poor challenge by Mason. Certainly caught Wallace there on the half turn. And that has inflamed the situation. Young man though, FA Cup tie. Mistimed it, and Martin Atkinson is sensible as a referee. Well, they haven't picked up Ferguson here for the short tap free kick. He'll coming on his left foot. Oh, that's a lovely ball in. Kabul was at the back post, and the save has to be made from Morrison. Watford simply switched off there defensively. Wallace. Now Ferguson. Craig, the Millwall boy fan gets up in support. Lovely cross, Morrison! Millwall of League One! Lead Premier League Watford with 6 minutes to go. Steve Morrison, one of the old men of the team, the Millwall hero, gets the goal. And the Lions are roaring now. Here's Cummings. And Wallace. Another corner. Sent on 2 wide men, fresh pair of legs in the wide positions.
A good call from Harris.
And the Cold Blow Lane end will try and suck this in. Ferguson with it. Morrison at the near post for the touch. It's 2! Oh, it's not. It's ruled out for handball. Oh, he thought he'd settled it there. The big centre-half up from the back, Webster, but it's not given. And will it yet swing on that decision? And by Okaka. Deeney, should he have started? That was the big question. He's done well there. Out by Webster. Watson back in the mix. It'll come to Deeney here. Deeney couldn't get the shot away because of the intervention of Webster, who's worked so hard, and he did just enough. Tell anyone here in South London the FA Cup has lost its lustre. The dreams don't happen anymore, but the glamour is gone because Steve Morrison's goal has beaten a Premier League team.
First and foremost, that's us 8 unbeaten now, so it's a great run for us at the moment. We've got momentum, we've got confidence, which is key at this stage of the season. But Lincoln, Oxford, ourselves, anybody outside sort of top division and just below that, top of the championship, to get to the 5th round of the FA Cup's a great achievement.
Walter, obviously very frustrated, I'm sure. Did that performance match the game plan that you set out with today?
No, era una partita.
It was a game where it was enough not to concede a goal, and they scored. They managed to score in the moment where we put Troy Deeney. We wanted to win the game. And I'm very disappointed, very sorry for the fans, but I will tell them that we will get back on and do the best in the next game.
A loro che faremo le 16 partite al massimo.
I thought everything that the FA Cup stands for, we epitomise that. I thought without the ball, our discipline, our shape was excellent against a really good side. You just started to think the goal's not going to come. Then when you need it, you've got a talisman in Steve Morrison, to be able to put the end product on what was a quality ball.
Yeah, great ball and a great finish. We'll look at that in a second. So a momentous few days, really, for Millwall. They're staying in Bermondsey and they're staying in the FA Cup. And with it, a rare unchanged lineup from one of the teams in this round of the competition.
They did. Obviously, Watford didn't. And it doesn't half make a difference when you play regular with somebody. And, football's all about partnerships and, 2 centre-backs. When you know the strengths and the weaknesses, what they do in certain situations. Every time I see Watford, they're all over the place because they keep making the changes. And I thought today it was quite close, but I do think, obviously, that Millwall deserved the victory.
And they started the game really well. From the first minute, Lee Gregory got himself into a position where he could get a goal. He sniffed it out, he could sense the danger and got right on the end of a cross. Brilliant play, got the ball out wide. And as we see the clip, You can see Gregory there, he can sense the ball's coming into the box, and like any good striker, he gets himself right in between the central defenders. So unlucky not to get that on target. Again, you see he can sniff out a little opportunity here. Pantilimon comes out, he goes through Pantilimon. Very good challenge, strong challenge, and he was really unlucky that that didn't bounce down to him. But he was full of running, he kept on getting himself in positions where he was going to score. And as you can see it there was a slight hand from the Watford defender. Again, on the move, on his front foot, and what a strike that is. Brilliant save from Pantilimon. Again, great knockdown, good link up between the two strikers, as Laura just said. And you can see they've got confidence, 8 games unbeaten, and they're playing with real confidence and no fear at all. And that's a Premier League side they're playing against.
But they're also so competitive, Manish. And it's sometimes you look at the Premier League teams and they're looking at these other teams thinking, you can't tackle us. What's all about? You can see them once the tackle go, well, it's a foul, it's a foul. And, you know, you have to know when you go down the leagues, it's really, really tough.
It's always what a manager says. If you can match them physically, you've got a chance, and then you can play. They didn't really match him for me.
No.
Watford did have a couple of penalty shouts. Now, this is what might get a bit heated in the studio. You've both got very different views on the first of the two.
Well, I don't think the first one's a pen. You know, Sinclair, I don't think he is. I think he feels a waft of something. I actually honestly believe there is no contact.
For me,
there's almost no contact on the ball.
For me, and it's not just because of the namesake, as you pull your foot back, as a defender, you're not allowed to touch him. For me, there's definite contact there. It changes the way he's striking the ball, and he ends up stubbing his toe into the ground. So
this is a pen all day long. Absolutely, so is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got everything, pulled him back, pulled him down, everything you could possibly think of.
Lukaku doesn't look like the player that's going to go down easily. He's a big lump, and he just pulls him down. It should have been a penalty mark, and Atkinson got that one wrong.
That was a bit sort of Watford's day, wasn't it? And poor old Walter, he was probably checking the playing times for Italy. And, I mean, I bet he absolutely, totally lost it in the dressing room. It was so to say, what more can I do?
And if we could translate that, I'm sure we couldn't broadcast it anyway.
No, I said, what more can I do?
You might be right. It might be through a translator. But we saw the Watford, the winner, I should say, from Millwall, came from Steve Morrison, who's a real talisman. This is his 81st goal for the club over 2 spells. But how good was the ball from Shane Ferguson?
Well, it was brilliant because he picks the ball up in his own half, and you can see he's got the overlap going on the outside, which was line there, and he puts a bit of disguise, but what a cross that is. Steve Morrison, go and get yourself the winner. And he does with absolutely brilliant style. Keeps his eye on the ball, really concentrates and just makes sure he hits the target. Fortunately for him, it goes between the legs of the goalkeeper, and that was the winner. Great ball in, though.
Nobody near him.
No.
Absolutely nobody near him. Look how much time and space from the build-up to the finish.
Poor market.
For Millwall, though, of course, it's certainly a day to remember. Now, if you've been inspired by the weekend's cup action, don't forget you too can also take part in a special cup competition yourself. Laura was after the over-50s version.
Walking football.
Walking football. Now, after ending Manchester United's impressive unbeaten run on Thursday in the League Cup, Hull City were aiming to continue their mini-resurgence away to Championship side Fulham. Commentary comes from BBC London's Murray Burnell and Martin Ling.
Here's Tim Ream. Inside he goes, finds McDonald. We're just still getting warmed up in this game at the moment. 1-2, Martin goes down. It's a free kick to Fulham, about 35 yards out. In towards the Hull penalty. Here comes loose goal. Oh, really well taken. Sonny Aluko against his former club, made no doubt about it. This is brilliant play by Aluko. He continues in towards the middle. He could be free here. This is amazing. Oh, that was brilliant play. It goes wide of the post in the end. And this is an opportunity now to move forward for Fulham. Sessegnon's through again. He gets the ball. He's offside. It won't count as he puts the ball in towards the back of the net. There it comes out to Warwick Robinson again, who puts the ball in towards the back post. Arriving late goal. Brilliantly taken. As well as Evandro at the back post. And that's a good ball, that's a great ball towards Sessegnon. Sessegnon squares it towards Martin, and Martin scores! As the ball comes through towards the path of Sessegnon, and Sessegnon makes it 3 for Fulham. Here's Here's Kearney, plays it towards Martin. Martin could be through. Kearney is through. Kearney to wrap this one on once and for all. He checks back. He's still on the ball. He's done too much, has he? Plays it towards Johansson. 4-1 Fulham. They're going into the 5th round of the FA Cup. Brilliant from McDonald. He's just glided past about 5 players there. Comes out towards Aite, and Aite can now sweep it in towards Kearney. Kearney, edge of the D, shoots towards goal. Oh, what an effort that was! It's tipped round the post. Brilliant from Tom Kearney. Here is a chance for Robertson. He goes past one man. It's a penalty. Really silly to give away that penalty. Here is Abel Hernandez. Scored 4 goals this season as the Uruguayan. And from 12 yards in front of those Hull City fans, he might just give Hull City a chance here. Hernandez steps up, terrible penalty. And there might be another penalty here, and it is another penalty. Hernandez, unbelievable! What an amazing occasion.
It's very good performance too. We play against Premier League team. We are try find our style. We move the ball. We created the chances. We scored 4 goals.
I'm not disappointed. Of course, I'm not happy with the score, with our performance today. But it's a lot of problems to solve.
We're gonna arrive in next round with same ambition, with same desire for stay longer possible in this competition where we actually right now.
In the end, then, a convincing victory as far as Fulham are concerned. Was that reflected in the performance itself?
I watched them at Loftus Road a couple of weeks ago. Very, very strong side. I think you look at the players in the middle of the park, Johansson and Kearney completely run the middle of the park, and they did that again this afternoon. Very good performance, but the 2 most important players for me in the side was Sonny Aluku and the young boy Ryan Sessegnon. Outstanding displays, and if we see the footage, you'll see what I'm talking about. As you can see, nice and early, involved, getting himself in the danger areas, great strike, open the scoring here, great trickery and strength, no fear at all, no respect for the Premier League side, good trickery, unfortunate not to get his shot off on target. We'll pick him out here now. This is the opposite side, and this is 16-year-old Ryan Sessegnon, full of running, again, no fear, loads of ideas, strength. Usually you see a young man get into this position and he'll waste the ball and give it away. He keeps possession. Great play again. And here, this is his goal. Looks to get involved. Oh, sorry, this is his set-up play. I mean, that is so good for a young man. You think he's trying to take the limelight and go for himself. Gives his mate a tap in. And here, 3rd man run. Thinks he's going to get it. No, keep on going. And most widemen, to be honest, can't finish the dinner. But for him, he does it with aplomb. And that's a superb talent. I'm really excited to see what he's going to do in the future.
Play with a lot of freedom, Fulham. And they like to express themselves. And I like the way he's looking after this. He's 16,
I mean, 16.
Trevor says. But
he plays more like a number 10, doesn't he?
No, he's just a left-sided player, and he's got pace burn. He's obviously still growing, developing, maturing. Everybody knows he's going to be a top player. It's how long they can manage to keep him at Fulham before one of the big boys.
Exactly, they're already sniffing around him, and that's why.
As for Hull, I mean, they're prioritising, of course, staying in the Premier League. But was that a missed chance to, enhance the feel-good factor after what happened on Thursday?
Well, so they play on Thursday. Have to play on Sunday again. They're a bit deflated, even though they won, but they've gone out the tie. 7 changes again. They've got to stay in the league, Manish. It's bigger for them than actually staying in the FA Cup.
Well, the final cup tie played today saw the current holders Manchester United up against the 2013 winners Wigan Athletic of the Championship. The Reds having won 17 of the 18 meetings between the two. Guy Mowbray and Martin Keown were Old Trafford.
Anthony Martial scored in the 3rd round against Reading. He scored 6 goals this season. A lot of pressure on him today, with the words of his manager. If he plays magnificently, he'll play against Hull in midweek. Seems a long time ago when Will Grigg played in that MK Dons team that beat Louis van Gaal's United 4-0 in the League Cup, as it was then. Teammates that day included a certain Dele Alli and Benica Fobe, now scoring goals for Bournemouth in the Premier League. And today, of course, we recognise Wayne Rooney's goal-scoring record for Manchester United. Just under 12.5 years of goals, 250 of them in 547 games. That's a couple of hundred fewer than it took Sir Bobby Charlton to score his 249. Smalling did well there initially, but then played Schweinsteiger into trouble. And a foul committed on Michael Jacobs that gives Wigan a free kick. Over towards Byrne. That's fired at Romero. It's a really good effort from Callum Connolly. Finally a dribbler for the United goalkeeper, but Callum Connolly has clearly got a taste for scoring goals, or having a go at scoring them.
Certainly has. I mean, there's a lot of sting in that shot. Great strike from the young man.
Shaw, that's a good ball, good looking ball. Byrne got there, Mata got there to hit it. And he hit it hard and high.
Well, finally we see a bit of penetration. Ball in, it's knocked down nicely there. Mata just can't get over it.
That's their first meaningful effort on goal. Still Manchester United 0, Wigan Athletic 0. McDonald. Rooney felt he was fouled.
Well, I think he's right.
Angry bark at the ref.
I think McDonald's definitely fouling Rooney.
That's a decent drive from Power. Had plenty of that. Just didn't have the swerve to take it away from Sergio Romero.
I think he does. I think he blocks him. Just shows you, though, the effort from distance. Plenty of confidence coming into this team, Wigan.
Mkhitaryan to Martial. Loads of room for Fosu Mensah. Martial backs himself, though. Pacily away from Morsi. Here's Fosu Mensah. Good ball across, but it's missed by Mkhitaryan. Huge chance for Manchester United.
Look at this for a ball. He whips it across. Mkhitaryan, really, he should be putting that in.
Mkhitaryan. Wigan will not be drawn out.
Good shape to their team, aren't they? Well drilled.
Rooney. In comes Jacobs. Schweinsteiger now to cross. Haugaard goes back, Fellaini heads it. Manchester United find the route to goal. A simple cross onto the head of Marouane Fellaini. It's taken them almost the whole of the half. And Jose Mourinho's men have the lead. Manchester United 1, Wigan Athletic 0.
Ball out to Schweinsteiger. I mean, he knows that he can pick a pass. Just puts it there for Fellaini, does the rest with his power, pins the defender. It's almost as they're saying, well, forget all that passing, let's just put it in the box, and Fellaini will put it in the back of the net. They're going to have to, aren't they, Wigan, just be a little bit more thinking about getting forward. They want to go through in this tournament, they need to get forward as much as they can.
Here's an opportunity. Ball swung in, and Romero's put it out straight to Perkins. Now here's Warnock. Power. And the next cross from Jacobs is blocked by Marcus Rojo, but Sergio Romero there very nearly palmed his team into deep trouble.
It's a problem of their own making, isn't it, a goalkeeper? You've got to test him, put it in the box, but it's a long way out for Perkins.
Mkhitaryan. Mata lets it go for Schweinsteiger. And Warnock is clattered into Bastian Schweinsteiger there. It's a corner, not a free kick. And it's all smiles between the pair. And Rooney to take the corner. Smalling's gone near. It's over him. Mkhitaryan. Luke Shaw. Martial. Mounting Manchester United pressure. Martial looks for Smalling! 2-0 United, 2 headers put into the Wigan net. And their passage through to the last 16 is just about assured.
Martial cuts in here onto his right foot. He's so dangerous in these sorts of positions. You see him here picking up the ball. Time stands still for him. He looks up, he picks out Smalling, and there's only one winner there. Again, another cross into the box. Wigan just can't deal with it. Good finish.
Wigan have to really pick themselves up from the floor now, and to have any hope of even taking them back to another part of Lancashire for a replay, they've got to do something they've never done before, and that is score 2 goals at Old Trafford. Cushioned by Schweinsteiger to Rooney. Here's Mkhitaryan. Martial to the left-hand side. Mkhitaryan finds him and powers into the centre himself. It's Martial, it's Mkhitaryan. It's Manchester United 3, Wigan Athletic 0. They have raced down the field to finally take the tie away from Wigan once and for all.
Top quality. I mean, Martial, why he wants to play down the middle, I don't know. I mean, look, this is him, third man running. Mkhitaryan just plays it to him, he just about stays on side. And now he's just trying to pick the pass. And the weight on this ball is beautiful there. Great run. Look, he just waits. Left foot, delivery's there. And he can't miss.
No way back for Wigan now. United 3, Wigan 0. Shaw's looking for Martial. Martial up above Warnock. Turned only just past his own goal by Dan Burn.
Again, it's good play, isn't it, Martial? Look at the spring he's got there. Just doesn't get the direction on the header.
Rooney's corner. Knocked towards goal. Hooked towards goal and into the goal by Bastian Schweinsteiger. A beaming smile on the face of the German, who scores his first goal for Manchester United at Old Trafford in what might well be one of his last games for Manchester United.
Well, he can thank, actually, Herrera. Manages to get it down to him. Improvises really well there, Schweinsteiger. Almost an overhead kick. Beautiful. And it even raised a smile, didn't it, for Mourinho on the bench.
We deserved to win. The first half was not very, very good, but we managed to be 1-0 in front. And then at half-time we spoke about change a few things in the dynamic of the team. The boys accepted it obviously well. And the second half was much better. We deserved to win. The job was done, and we are in the last 16.
The first 60 minutes, I thought we gave as good as we got. We had the best opportunities that were carved through good football and clever play, but conceded 2 goals just with balls in the box that you get every week in the Championship.
Since Joyce's got in there, we knew that they're a hard team to beat, and that's what we faced in that first half. And then in the second half, it opened. But we've seen this weekend there's a lot of top teams who've been out, so it's good that we're still in the cup.
So no upset in the end then at Old Trafford. I mean, considering that Wigan's trying to stave off relegation in the Championship, I mean, they equipped themselves particularly well for the first, 45 minutes, an hour?
Definitely an hour. I thought they were in the game. Obviously, the 1-0 at half-time was a bit of a blow just before half-time. But I think Warren Joyce's men were out there playing for him, really combative, and made Manchester United huff and puff for probably the first hour. I have to say, David Perkins covered every blade of grass. He was excellent for Wigan. And in the end, it was just 2 bread-and-butter crosses into the box, and it was mismatches at the back post. So a bit disappointing the way they conceded the goals, but in general, I think there's a lot of positives for Wigan.
Of the 4 goals, the third one from United particularly stood out, didn't it, Laura?
It was class. It was absolute class, and I think by then you're playing with the freedom and abandonment as well. And just look at the number of first-time passes when possible, the running off the ball and running directly at Wigan. And this delivery here is absolutely brilliant. Cope alongside with the run as well. You don't score better kind of, I was going to say breakaway goals, but it wasn't really, because obviously they're at Old Trafford, but it's an outstanding goal.
So 5 of the top 6 in the Premier League are through to the 5th round, the only exception being your old club, Liverpool. Has it highlighted, if anything, this in the 4th round, that the squad depth of that Jurgen Klopp side, or the squad, isn't as strong as it should be compared to a Manchester United?
Well, not as whether it should be, it just isn't as strong, and he's still obviously building on it. But Manchester United, if you look at their appearances today, like 1,240 with Premier League appearances from their starting 11, and what was Liverpool? 480, so that tells its own story. And I think, the top 5 have just got bigger squads than Liverpool. But I'll tell you something, Wolverhampton deserved to win. Whoever played, Wolverhampton Wanderers yesterday deserved to win. I thought they were outstanding.
A couple of staggering individual performances. Let's just remind you of the 17 teams that are in the hat then for the 5th round. Just one replay, staggeringly, after all those times.
Which one are we doing
then? Not sure. So okay. Derby against Leicester City, of course, still yet to decide the winner. Of course, Lincoln City, look out for them in the draw on Monday. They're number 7. Sutton United, number 4. Millwall, number 10.
I just hope all the lower league teams get the draw that they want, because by the time we get to this round, they thoroughly deserve it.
Yeah. For Lincoln City, they're in the hat after what was a terrific performance on Saturday against Brighton. It was a comeback win as well, let's not forget.
And they played at Barrow, I think, last Monday night and got taken to the cleaners 3-0. You kind of fearing the worst, thinking they may have run out of legs. 1-0 down against Brighton, and again, fully deserved their victory.
And Trevor, with all this talk about wholesale changes, it shouldn't detract from the achievement from Lincoln City, who've made the 5th round for the first time in the 115-year history.
Listen, when you go to St Bank, you realise it's an amazing atmosphere there. There's something special happening. Obviously, Danny and Nicky Cowley, the brothers that are running the club at the helm there, have created an amazing culture at the football club, and they're really superseding what they should be in this competition.
There's some strong words earlier from Alan Shearer, Mark. That's, he's saying that some clubs have been cheated, are cheating the fans by making wholesale changes in the FA Cup.
I agree with him. I think some of the top teams most definitely. Listen, when we get to this stage where the likes of Leeds and Newcastle are making wholesale changes, what are they saying to everybody is, this isn't our priority. That basically is the problem. But when you get all the lower league clubs winning, still get the excitement.
Is the romance still there for you,
Well, it's got to be there, and it enhances the chances of the lower division sides getting through to the latter stages of the tournament. So I think it does enhance it.
OK.